Hello, Axel. This is Benjamin, your English teacher. I made this video for you so you can learn which parts of your homework are well done and which parts you can improve for next time. First, I will begin by telling you 3 great things I noticed right away. The first thing I noticed is that you wrote both your first name and your last name. It's not fun for a teacher to have to try to guess whose work they are correcting, so I really appreciate that. The second thing I noticed is that you place a period at the end of each sentence. I know, you learned this in grade 1, but still, I'm always glad to see this done. It shows me that you pay attention to details. Great job. The third thing I notice is that the work in general is very tidy. You did follow the correct structure of a 5-paragraph essay. You added your paragraphs correctly. You chose to use an extra space and were consequent. It is obvious to me that this is not your rough copy. This is your revised work. Excellent job, Axel. Now that you know the first 3 things I've noticed, let's look at the work itself. Let's see if you did what you were supposed to do. Write a first 5-paragraph essay draft on war, which has introduction with thesis statement, 3 paragraphs with topic sentences where you develop on your thesis statement, and then a conclusion where everything will be wrapped up. I see that you begin to develop on 3 main arguments in your paragraphs, but those arguments are not placed in your thesis statement yet. Usually, in a 5-paragraph essay, the thesis statement in the introduction consists of 3 main arguments. Your thesis statement is the whole reason you are writing your essay and what you are trying to convince your reader of. You need to develop on your thesis statement. War is usually bad. In this claim, the reader only knows that the topic of the essay is war, and that the writer believes it to be sometimes bad and maybe some other times good. This claim does not give enough of an idea of a focused topic. Based on the 3 arguments you have in your paragraphs, after the introduction and before the conclusion, here is an example of how your thesis statement could look like. Number 1. War is expensive and affects mainly poor people. Number 2. Innocent people get killed. Number 3. War is usually bad, but sometimes it is justified under certain circumstances. In this paragraph, you begin to develop further one of the statements you are going to have in the introduction, as I have shown you. Here you give a couple of reasons why people are killed. Very good done. In this second paragraph, you followed the same procedure as shown in the paragraph we just saw. Here you keep on developing why war is bad. You explain why war is expensive and you give an example. Great! In this paragraph, you have developed the last claim of your thesis statement, war is bad. You gave also an example to support your statement. Very good. And then your final paragraph of your essay, the conclusion, where you summarize all your major claims that you are going to place in your introduction and what you have been looking at in your paragraphs. Considering that this is your first draft, The conclusion is a remarkable one when it comes to structure. Moving on to the language aspects. In your introduction, there are two words that you should look at. These are ex and like. Number 1, ex. Here you use an abbreviation. Remember that a 5-paragraph essay is a formal text, and we should avoid abbreviations in formal texts. So, I would like you to write the whole word in your final version. Number 2, like. When you are given examples in a formal paper, use such as before a noun instead of like. The structuring of the sentences that you have used indicates that you know very well the grammatical rules of the English language. In this paragraph, there is a minor mistake. This is the word en instead of an. In your last paragraph for conclusion, there are two language aspects I would like you to correct. One of them is that you use comma after the word however. You did this in your 3rd paragraph, but you have not been consequent in this aspect. Also use comma instead of parentheses just after the word people. When it comes to the content, the topic of discussion in your essay is war. It is essential to get the reader of your text understand the definition of the terms you use in the name of your work. In a well-presented text, examples to support one's argument or claims are very important, and you have done this to support your points. I am sure you can develop your essay even further than you have done so far. Make sure that the number of sentences in each paragraph are a minimum of 4 and a maximum of 6. Remember to give in-text references in your final version. Should you have any questions or concerns, Axel, don't hesitate to contact me via Twitter or any other convenient means. Okay, take care.